भगवान भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
राम 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 Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 Rama Ram 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 Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Jai Guru Raya Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Jai Guru Raya Ram 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 Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Jai Guru Raya Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Jai Guru Raya Ram 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 Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Jai Guru Raya Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Jai Guru Raya Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Jai Guru Raya Ram 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 Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Jai Guru Raya Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Jai Guru Raya Ram 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 Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Yogi Ram Tarakma Jai Guru Raya भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। We all know how fortunate we have been to be blessed with this powerful Nama chanting, especially during the evening twilight. Sandhyakal, we call it, very favorable to worship of God. They say that even a small effort towards God will bear enormous fruit, because the time is conducive to worship. So in celebration of this grace, with deep gratitude, we have offered the Nama flowers, the Nama lotuses at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. In continuation of the topic that we shared yesterday, we saw how important this 27th December is. The two momentous events took place in different years, of course, but from different great masters. Papa Ramdas, when he left on the 27th December, he was still then known as Vittal Rao, leading the life of a householder, and yet long before his mind had withdrawn from the world, he was getting very restless. He developed an intense vairagya, dispassion towards the world and all that it could offer. Seeing this, his father, Shri Balakrishna Rao, initiated him into Ram Nam and said, "You keep chanting this mantra, you will find peace and ananda." And that's how it all started. But the more and more he chanted the Ram Nam, he found that he was drawn inward to Atmaram. And then the day came, he decided he could no more live this life as Vittal Rao. He was also reading books like The Light of Asia by Buddha. That is, it's about Buddha. And of course the New Testament, Bhagavad Gita and the like. And every word, in those days, whenever he opened any of these books, he would come across the word dispassion, vairagya, and sannyas. And then he felt increasingly drawn to this word, sannyas, the life of sannyasi. And he began to feel that was the order from Sri Rama. That was his command, that was his will. And of course, the moment arrived when he could no longer stay back. He wrote a letter to his wife, took 25 rupees and left by train, which carried him to Erode. And of course, we shared some of those details yesterday itself. When he came to Srirangam and took a dip in the river Kaveri and left his white dhotis, the clothes that he was wearing, offered them to Kaveri herself and put on the ochre clothes. Sannyas, taking sannyas is a rebirth. It's a spiritual rebirth. And then generally people change their name. So Vittal Rao changed his name to Ramdas. Henceforth, he began to call himself Ramdas, and he referred to everyone else as Ram. He was very determined to see Ram in everyone and in everything. He took 3 vows, the vows of sannyas, that he would always keep chanting the Ramna. He would look upon every woman only as his mother. And thirdly, he would beg for his food. And then he started his journey, which is all described in search of God. So beautifully written, so inspiringly written. A book that would change your life completely. You understand what it is to surrender to the will of God, taking everything in stride, looking upon everything as only a pure blessing from Rama. So, we have to learn these things, especially for sadhaks. What is more important is the vairagya, the desire for worldly possessions must reduce, at least gradually, so that it would become desire for God. I remember 2 incidents that when Papa Ramdas went about with Ram Naam on his tongue, there was a man who was given to Advaita practice. And to them, there is only the self, and there are no others. Everyone is God. So when he prostrated, when he began to make conversation with that young man who was advocating this Advaita, the young man said, "Why you prostrate and you say that someone is a master and that you are Ramdas, Rama's servant, Rama's slave? Why? Everybody is equal, everyone is God. It is Advaita. So when you prostrate to me, you are prostrating to yourself." He said, "Yes, Ramdas is prostrating to Ram." No, you don't understand. You are Ram and I am Ram. Both of us are Ram. Then Papa Ramdas asked him, "Okay, who are you addressing now? Why you? Then why are you addressing me at all? I am Ram. Why do you have to tell me this is Advaita, this is Dvaita? If you think that I am Ram, I am God, as much God as you are. Where is the place for any explanation or teaching?" And then the young man kept quiet. Suddenly he understood the fault. Another time he came across a sannyasi who was also a champion for Advaita. So when Ramdas went and prostrated before him, The sannyasi said the same thing as the other one. Why? You are God, I am God. There is no need for anyone to prostrate before the other. We are all the same. Again, Papa Ramdas asked the same question. If I am the same God as you are, why are you telling me all this? I should know as much as you do. Now, he said, oh, you don't understand. Because you don't understand, I have to explain it to you. And then he gave his book on Advaita and said, you read this book, you will know what Advaita is. Papa Ramdas just opened it, and then he saw it was Swami Kaivalyananda M.A. M.A. is a degree. Then Papa Ramdas smiled and laughed. He said, what is this M.A.? You are God. Why do you need a degree after your name? And then, so thus Papa Ramdas exposed people the falsity of their idea of Advaita. So Bhagavan said, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar said, never speak Advaita until it becomes your continued experience. You can have an idea what Advaita is, that there is God in everyone, and everyone is God. It's like my Father in all in Father. This is what Bhagavan used to say. My Father in all, and all in Father. It seems to be very contradictory, but it means that all of us, we have this identity with the body, we are so and so, with the biodata. And of course, even this biodata and this so and so cannot exist without God inside. For it is God, in Him is rooted our very breath. The in-breath and out-breath are rooted in the Chaitanya within, in the awareness, in the consciousness within. It is that consciousness that has become our very breath. So, Bhagavan meant God is in all of us. My Father in all. And then he would say, all in Father. And Bhagavan said, there is only the pure awareness, the prajna. This pure awareness has nothing else to be aware of. It's only aware of itself. So there is no like or dislike because there is no second. And this pure awareness, there was a little moment in this pure awareness, a desire to create a rose. And that's when the whole lot of cosmos, the whole lot of planets and galaxies of stars rolled out. Just within a fraction of a second, he said, God, the pure awareness, we call this Parabrahman, the Supreme Divinity. And the Supreme Divinity is nothing but our own consciousness. You cannot say our, the minute you say our consciousness, consciousness becomes limited. It is pure consciousness and doesn't have anything else to be conscious of. Now that is within us, this pure consciousness filters through our ego and becomes limited. And then what happens? We cannot see what is behind us.
We cannot see what is in the next room or in the next place. And we cannot know what is going to happen in future. So this consciousness carries ignorance because it comes through this pure consciousness, the divine inside us. Comes through the ego, it becomes limited consciousness, and this limited consciousness becomes Vyakti. Vyakti means the human being, the creature with limited consciousness, limited intelligence. Otherwise, it's supreme intelligence, supreme consciousness. So the supreme consciousness is within all of us. So Father in all, and all are in Father. It is in the pure awareness. When the desire arose, there would be creation. Let there be creation. And then the whole cosmos manifested. And the whole cosmos manifested where? It's within this awareness. So all in Father. So Father in all in Father. Bhagavan often said, all in Father and Father in all. So the truth is, within the limited being of the human or the creature, any creature for that matter, is this perfect, supreme, intelligent consciousness. And within this consciousness, the whole cosmos is situated. They say there are 7 worlds up there and 7 worlds down there. And there are 14 worlds. Every world is a certain level of consciousness. For example, we are human beings. There is this animal kingdom, the plant kingdom. And above human, there are whom we call Kinnaras, Gandharvas, Yakshas, and then the Rishis, Devas, and then the Brahmalok. It goes on and on. And then in the down, underworld, again there is Patala Loka. And there are again 7 levels of consciousness down there, 7 levels of consciousness up there. So the whole lot of worlds situated in that pure awareness. The pure awareness becomes the pure consciousness because the desire has come into it to create. And then in the pure consciousness, the whole cosmos materializes. No evolution theory. We know, we have seen great masters, how they materialize things. One single thought, in a pure mind, in a desireless mind. Every thought can easily materialize. Because a mind without desires has supreme power. As the desires become less and less and less, your mind gathers more and more power. Every thought becomes powerful. You can see it even in your ordinary life. You want to do something at a distance, and suddenly somebody would come and do whatever you want without being communicated. So many people come and tell me, oh, I thought like that and suddenly it happened. Somebody came and did that. It's a power of thought, and the power keeps on increasing when your desire for world, for worldly possession becomes less and less. So this is the purity of the mind. And so, in the spirit of Advaita, if you want to understand anything at all, then it could only mean that Father in all and all in Father. And then all are Father. Everyone is Father. Only when you live in that state of continued experience, where there is nothing else to be aware of, you can talk about Advaita. Otherwise, it is surrender to the will of God. If you look at Ramana Maharishi's life, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar's life, you would see it very clearly. Submitting to the will of whatever happens, they would simply observe and let go. It's just going with the flow, as we say. They simply watch. The ever watchful consciousness, Sakshi we call it. So now, if you want to understand Bhagavan's statement, Father in all and all in Father, it means in whatever state of consciousness we are, whatever level of consciousness we are, we can be sure that Bhagavan is within us as pure awareness. And the minute we call out Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, he becomes our personal God, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, now ready to respond to us. And when he begins to respond, when he acts as God, the personal God, we are in him. When you chant the name Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, Bhagavan has said, when you chant the Nama of God, Nami is instantly present. So when I call out to Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar is instantly present. And how is he present? I am in him and he is in me. When I think I am so and so, he is in me. When I think, oh, he is present, I'm thinking of him, then I am in him. Whatever it is, let us call out his name and practice the presence of God. It's a very effective sadhana. When you keep on chanting the name, think that he continuously is present with you. Once Bhagavan said, Devaki, this beggar is with you, this beggar is within you and with you. So when he says he is within me, it's all in Father. He is in me. And he said, with you, in the outside world, you can see his response is grace. So in all our outer actions, we can feel his presence as his grace. And then he added, there is no need for anxious search outside. If you have to do any search at all, do it inside, because this beggar is within you. And as you go inside more and more, you would understand that you are within him. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Bhagavan, we beg you, for that's all we can do, but we beg 1,000,000 times with the hope that whatever we beg for would materialize one day or the other. We appeal to your generosity, for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth a dharmic normalcy to the world in all aspects of life. For there is so much violence today, growing enmity between people and people, and the war is already on, and there are rumors and rumors about it, about the Third World War and whatnot. But you have declared there will be no Third World War at all. Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar has declared. So we beg you to bring in peace, love, unity, friendship and brotherhood, mutual understanding and help, and good control over the sudden attacks of the vicious diseases, a good control over the violence of nature. We also beg you to uproot all the negativities of the human mind which are responsible for today's world as it is. We also beg you to reach out to those people who have been stranded in varied parts of the world for some reason or the other, and of course it is the past karma. They are unable to find help or protection. We beg you, Bhagavan, to reach out to them and do the needful. We also beg you to protect all those unselfish people who have been working hard for the sake of the others from unhealthy attacks, unhealthy reproaches and aspersion. We beg you to give a huge boost to the economy of the country and promote the growth in varied fields of activities, and that the country must reach that the great title, the world teacher, to connect the whole world in the path of dharma. This has been predicted by Sri Aurobindo, Ram Tirth, and of course Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar recently, and many Mahatmas, and of course Swami Vivekananda. We also beg you, pray to you in all earnestness and sincerity for ceaseless chanting of your name, your powerful divine name, and unbroken remembrance of your teachings and leelas. For the past 2.5 years, we have been going through some leela of the other of our Bhagavan Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar under the title One Leela a Day Keeps the Maya Away. Because each leela of our Bhagavan carries a teaching that we all need so badly. Ultimately, all these leelas, they seem to be miracles, but they lead to the final miracle of transformation. And that's why these leelas are very important. They strengthen our devotion and faith and our dependence upon God. And Bhagavan, we beg you to bless us to be sattvic instruments. It's a great drama, the eternal drama that's going on the stage of the pure awareness turned pure consciousness, where there is only the divine, so the divine has to become the hero, the divine has to become the heroine, the divine has to play the role of the villain, and the divine has become all the sub-characters. The divine writes the scripts, and the divine is the costumes, and the divine is the stage. The divine is the one director. And of course the divine is the audience. So it's a one-man show that's going on eternally. And so all our roles are being played by him. Though we think that we are talking, we are doing, we are thinking, the thoughts that come to us, the words that we speak, and all the actions that we do, they are activated by the divine within us, all in Father. So we are in Father, and it's Father who activates the breath and the brain and all the organs of the body. It is He who activates the thoughts, which become words and then actions and then habits. And that becomes our character finally. And that leads to our destiny. So all of us are only instruments in the hands, and in this divine drama that goes on from eternity to eternity, there are evil instruments and good instruments. We beg you, Bhagavan, to bless us to be the good instruments, sattvic instruments, and we want to run our everyday life as an offering to you, but that cannot happen unless we get blessings from you. And Bhagavan, please bless us not to be caught by the temptations of Maya. We also seek your state of being, the ultimate state of bliss and peace. But then we need to be purified. We take refuge in your powerful Nama and the ceaseless chanting of it with Ananda. We also take refuge in joyful service without any unhealthy competition or jealousy. And we need to do it in the spirit of surrender to you, without any expectations. Even a cup of water that you give to yourself, you are serving the God within you. When I am thirsty and I take a cup of water, you can say, God, Bhagwan within me, I'm offering it to you. It is service to yourself and service to others as well. Any time, any service that you do, you must do in the bhava that I am doing it to Bhagwan, then it goes straight to him. And what's more, you don't expect anything from the other person. And all this will become our Atma Shakti. And of course, Bhagwan, please bless us to practice acceptance of whatever life brings, be it a joy or grief. Coming from you, it can only be a great blessing meant for my spiritual growth, spiritual progress, and for my greater good and closer kinship with you. As we accept things as they come as only a blessing, our mind gets more and more purified, and then we begin to feel your vibrant living presence everywhere in everything. The first time when I went to Bhagwan, of course I had a deep experience because of his presence. The second time, I found him sitting in the temple in Sambandha Vinayak shrine. I ran to him and asked, Bhagwan, please give me concentration, one-pointed concentration. He smiled and said, you will get it. But one thing, there is only Father in everyone, everywhere, and in everything. You remember that. You will get one-pointed concentration. So this is a teaching for all of us. Unless you see Ram in everyone, in every creature, in everything around, that you are floating in the sea of Ram consciousness. It's very difficult to develop one-pointed concentration. So as we go on chanting the name works like a detergent soap, removing all the dirt of the mind, the anger, fear, jealousy, growing attachment to worldly possessions, and of course, the passion. We also beg you, Bhagwan, to bless us to know that it is your will that's behind all the happenings of life. It is your grand plan that is at work all the time. No one is to be blamed. Buddha said, lives are lived, deeds are done. There is no one to live, there is no one to do. Why? Because every creature is a role play of the divine. Though we think that we exist and we have individuality and we do everything to protect our individuality, the truth is that it is one divine that's playing all our roles. So when some past karma begins to play up, then we are surrounded by all adversities, one after the other, and we collapse. And then we begin to blame others for our own failures. We begin to resent God, and we want to move away to a better place where there is more grace. But then the divine will not allow us to leave. Where would it go? Where would we go? We are in Him and He is in us. He would see to it that we stay with Him. And Bhagavan had promised that His Father would convert all our difficulties into great blessings. So what we need is patience and faith. And let's wait, and then we will see how every adversity is a great blessing in disguise. Bhagavan, please bless us to be grateful to You all the time. We seek Your blessings for all the species of the cosmos to be lifted to a higher plane, and we seek dissolution of the ego, the utter selfishness. Ego is utter selfishness. It's always I and mine. And that is why all these differences in life is adharma in the world. We beg You, Bhagavan, to free us from the tyranny of this ego, so that we become free from the vicious cycle of births and deaths, and that we be blessed with that immortal life, that eternal living and eternal servitude in a role play to You, that supreme, eternal divinity. Jai Yogi Ram Sri.